Back in the 1960s, this part of Leicester would have felt very, very different. Tudor Road and Fosse Road North tell a powerful story of how Leicester has changed over time. This is an area built on hard work, shaped by industry and constantly reinventing itself. What we see today is not accidental. It's the result of decades of social change, economic shifts and regeneration layered street by street. If we look at Tudor Road and Fosse Road North, we look at an area that has always been shaped by work, industry and community. Back in the 1960s, this part of Leicester would have felt very, very different. The surrounding streets were dominated by traditional red brick terraced housing, like you see behind me here, built to serve all of the nearby factories, workshops and industrial units. Hosiery, engineering and manufacturing were major employers around here, and many residents lived just a short walk from where they worked. These were practical homes for working families, often multi-generational households with strong ties to both their neighbours and like all the local shops and stuff like that. As the decades moved on, particularly through the 1980s and 1990s, industry began to decline quite significantly. Some factories closed, others were left vacant, and parts of the area went through a period of stagnation. Property values reflected that. Around 18 to 20 years ago, when I first started in estate agency around this neck of the woods, a typical terraced house around here might have sold for between £80,000 and £90,000, often appealing to first-time buyers or landlords rather than owner-occupiers. Fast forward to today, and the area has evolved again. Former factories like the ones down here at the end of Nugent Street have been converted into residential developments, adding character flats and modern living spaces. Newer houses now sit alongside the original terraces, creating a real mix of old and new that's become increasingly popular with landlords, and communities become much more diverse. Young professionals, families and long-term residents all living side by side. That change is clearly reflected in its pricing. Even a terraced house in poor condition around here now commands at least £140,000 and often more, driven by demand, location and regeneration. Tudor Road and Fosse Road North are no longer just places shaped by industry, but areas defined by adaptation, resilience and steady growth due to its location very close to the city centre and the massive rental population that there is in the location.